I'm out of the etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Benton LittleShift Bike Rack on the back for a 2024 Nissan Titan. Now this is going to be a great rack if you're looking for something that's going to carry a lot of different types of bikes for you and your solo rides, and it'll even make getting into your bed a little bit easier. So let's check it out. And we're mainly going to be focusing on how this rack interacts with the Titan. And right now we have plenty of space where we're not going to be making contact with anything, even if you're on those really bumpy roads. And you'll notice this does a really good job at holding our bike into place since it doesn't have any tilting to it. The only downside to that is we won't be able to get to our tailgate like this. So if we want to do that, I'm going to take off the bike. But with that not having any tilting points, it's going to have a higher weight capacity of 80 pounds per bike, so it'll be perfect for those e-bikes. Once we get these two straps undone from the bottom, we'll just undo this hook here. And what I like about this is currently it's making contact with our tire, but it can also make contact with the frame. So whether you have fenders or you have a carbon frame bike or alternative frame bike, this is going to be compatible. And from here, we can just pick it up and then take it out for a ride. Now, something you'll notice with the cradles, that back cradle does have the ability to rotate. And since it can rotate, that's going to allow it to accommodate a wider range of wheelbases. And from here, we'll just need to make sure we put everything back into place just so we can look a little bit nicer when we're on the road. And it's important we put that hook back on because if you forget about this, you won't be able to carry your bikes. Now, something I do want to point out is when we open this tailgate, we are just barely going to make contact with this cradle right here. So you can get access to your bed, but you just want to make sure you hold this up a bit or you put a towel or something on here, but I wouldn't recommend putting any weight like this. And like I said earlier, it'll make getting into your bed a little bit easier because we can use this point here as a step to grab anything from over here. Well, let's get a couple measurements to see how it's going to fit. So the first one I'm going to get will be the overall distance. That's going to be a little bit under 20 inches, which isn't too bad for a single bike rack. Now, it is something to still think about if you're in a tight spot like a garage or parking lot. And for the ground clearance, we're going to be sitting at a little bit over 20 inches. So even if you have a really heavy e-bike back here, it's probably going to drop down by an inch or two. You should still have plenty of clearance where you're not going to make contact with anything. And with this one, not folding up, it's not going to block anything back here. So our license plate, our tail lights, backup camera, and back window won't be obstructed. The way this is going to install is we'll have a 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver, have a anti-rattle bolt that goes through, connects to a nut and a clip on the other side. Now overall, I think this is going to be a solid choice if you're looking for something that's going to be one, simple to use, let you get into your bed, and can accommodate a wide range of bikes. But with these straps, it does take a little bit more work. It's still easy to use, but if you want something that feels a little bit more premium, I'd recommend checking out the Hollywood Rack's cross-track bike rack, because that's also going to be a single bike rack, but instead it's going to have dual arms that grab onto the tires to hold it in place like that, and it's really fast to use, but it will be a little bit more at a premium price range. So it's something to consider if you want something to be a little bit easier, or if you want something to be a little bit more affordable and let you get into the back of your bed a bit easier. But of course, if you guys have any questions, let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.